Kanye West wishes that Paris Hilton was the mother of his child instead of Kim Kardashian. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and updates. Kanye West has once again grabbed attention, this time with a surprising and unusual statement that has set social media buzzing. The rapper, who is now mostly known as Ye, recently shared that if he could somehow travel back in time, he would have chosen to have children with Paris Hilton instead of Kim Kardashian. The comment came during a livestream session with music producer Digital Nas, and almost immediately, it spread like wildfire across the internet. Fans, critics, and casual followers of celebrity culture quickly jumped on the topic, with some finding it humorous, others calling it disrespectful, and many simply stunned at Ye's boldness to bring up such a personal and emotional matter in such a casual way. Ye framed his statement as if he was imagining an alternate universe where things had turned out differently in his life. He referenced the idea of needing a flux capacitor, which is a fictional device from the famous movie, Back to the Future, that allows time travel. The way he put it, if he had such a machine, he would go back to a different moment in his life, not to repeat his relationship with Kim, but instead to choose Paris Hilton as the woman to build a family with. It was both a bizarre and attention-grabbing moment, and it carried the kind of wild unpredictability that has always defined Ye's public personality. During the live stream, Ye even asked someone he was on the phone with to imagine the possibilities if he and Paris had gotten together. He painted a picture of what that world could have looked like, suggesting that such a partnership might have led to not only children but also a powerful business empire. He even joked about a chain of Yeezy x Hilton hotels, combining his own world-famous brand with Paris Hilton's iconic family name in hospitality. This kind of big and playful imagination is very typical of Ye, who has always blended personal life, music, fashion, and business into one continuous story. What made the statement even more striking is the way Ye described his relationship with Kim Kardashian in hindsight. He admitted that choosing Kim might have been a mistake. He said that when they first got together, Kim was still at an early stage of her fame, and he compared her situation to the career of the late fashion designer Virgil Abloh. According to Ye, when Virgil was just starting under his guidance, he was still learning and developing his own path. In Ye's eyes, Kim was similar back then, someone who was under the shadow of others, still a rookie, as he put it, and not the global powerhouse she would later become. That comparison added another layer to the story because it highlighted the way Ye often frames relationships and people in terms of mentorship, growth, and status. It was as if he was saying he took on Kim at a time when she was still Paris Hilton's assistant and still building her identity. Now, looking back, he wonders if choosing Paris herself might have made more sense. Of course, this is all speculative talk, and Ye is well known for throwing out provocative ideas to spark conversation, but it nonetheless shows how he sometimes views the past with a mix of regret and imagination. The funny part about this whole statement is that Ye never included Paris Hilton in some of his most famous public projects where he liked to blend pop culture references. For example, in his 2016 music video for Famous, he created a controversial art piece that featured wax figures of many celebrities lying in bed together. Kim Kardashian, his then wife, was one of the central figures in that project, but Paris Hilton was nowhere to be found. Back then, Ye's attention was heavily centered on Kim, and the world could clearly see his admiration and obsession with her. Their relationship led to 4 children together, and for many years they were one of the most powerful couples in Hollywood. This sudden statement about Paris Hilton, then, came out of nowhere for most people. Fans remember Ye constantly praising Kim, building her up, and involving her in his art. He made music about her, designed looks for her, and often said she was his muse. To suddenly say he wishes Paris had been the one feels like a complete shift, and it has left many people wondering what exactly pushed Ye to make such a remark at this stage in his life. Was it just trolling? Was it a genuine moment of regret? Or was it simply Ye being Ye, throwing ideas into the world to see how people react? Regardless of the intention, it has added yet another headline to Ye's long list of viral moments. Over the years, he has built a reputation for unpredictability. From interrupting award shows to running for president to making grand statements about fashion, art, and culture, Ye has never been shy about sharing what's on his mind. Sometimes his comments inspire people, sometimes they upset people, but they almost always get people talking. This time, the topic was his personal life, which has always been under public scrutiny since his marriage to Kim Kardashian and their eventual divorce. Interestingly, despite Ye's blunt remarks, it seems his relationship with Kim remains relatively stable when it comes to co-parenting. Reports say Kim still allows him to see their children whenever he wants. She has publicly mentioned before that she prioritizes the well-being of the kids and that Ye will always be their father, so he is welcome to spend time with them. This shows that even though they went through a very public breakup, both of them are trying to keep things functional for the sake of their 4 children. Ye's trolling or public remarks don't appear to have damaged his parental rights, at least not in Kim's eyes. The internet, of course, reacted in the way it always does when Ye says something unusual. Memes were created almost immediately, with some joking about time machines, others mocking the idea of Yeezy-branded hotels, and many simply sharing the quote with disbelief. Paris Hilton herself has not publicly commented on Ye's statement, but given her experience with media attention, it would not be surprising if she chooses to ignore it completely. After all, Paris has built her own empire over the years and has probably grown used to being mentioned in unexpected ways by celebrities. What this entire episode really shows is the way Ye mixes humor, regret, imagination, and performance into everything he does. He does not draw a clear line between personal life and public persona. By saying he wishes Paris Hilton had been his children's mother instead of Kim Kardashian, he has not only stirred emotions but also created a strange alternate history that fans and media outlets are now debating. Some people take his words at face value, others think he is just joking, and still others see it as a way for him to keep his name in the headlines. Whatever the case, Ye has once again proven that he knows how to capture attention. Even when he is not releasing music or fashion collections, his words alone are powerful enough to spark viral conversations. It is unlikely that he will ever actually regret having children with Kim Kardashian, as he has often expressed love for his kids and their importance in his life, but his willingness to say such a thing out loud shows how little filter he has when speaking publicly. For better or worse, that unfiltered honesty has been one of the reasons he remains such a talked-about figure in pop culture. The story will probably fade over time, as most celebrity statements do, but for now, Ye has managed to once again make the world stop and listen. By mixing a pop culture reference like the flux capacitor with a personal admission about his past choices, he created a soundbite that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.